The third application of Gauss theorem is we have to find electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged non-conducting sphere. Okay, now in this particular case you can see there is a non-conducting solid sphere, and inside this there is a point P where we have to find electric field intensity. When we have to find electric field intensity at this point P, we considered a Gaussian surface here. You can see this is the Gaussian surface. Okay, Gaussian surface is such a surface at each and every point of which the electric field intensity remains constant, remains same. Okay, now in this particular case you can see that small r is less than capital R. Why? Because this point P is lying inside the solid sphere. Okay, the total charge over the sphere, let the total charge over the sphere is small q. This is the total charge over the sphere. Okay. Now because it is uniformly charged sphere, so that's why the charge is uniformly distributed over the surface. Okay, at each and every point it is uniformly distributed. If it is distributed uniformly, इसका क्या मतलब होता है? यूनिफॉर्मली डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड है, इसका मतलब है कि अगर हम चार्ज पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम की बात करते हैं, से चार्ज पर यूनिट वॉल्यूम इज गिवन बाय रो, सो इट इज गिवन बाय रो इज इक्वल्स टू चार्ज q divided by volume, that is 4/3 pi r cube, charge per unit volume. This is how we can write that this is the uniform charge distribution and charge per unit volume is given by rho. Okay, now in this particular case if we apply the Gauss theorem, so you can write by Gauss theorem you can write that closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector, closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector is equal to q upon epsilon naught. Now do remember that here when we write q upon epsilon naught, this q stands for q enclosed. This q stands for q enclosed. Okay, now as far as the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface which is given here, this charge is not q. See, this is the charge which is enclosed. Now there is some charge which is outside the Gaussian surface also, but we are considering the charge which is inside the Gaussian surface. So we know this thing that in this particular case this charge is not q, but this is say q dash. Okay, so let us consider that this charge which is inside q enclosed is let it be q dash. This charge q enclosed is q dash. Okay, this is the first case. Fine. Now when we apply this Gauss theorem, next case you can write q enclosed upon epsilon naught, and in the next case you can write q dash upon epsilon naught. Okay, now let us substitute this q dash. How can we find this q dash? This is the point. Let this be equation number 1. This is equation number 1. Now how can we find this? In order to find this, what we will do, see, we know this that charge is equals to charge. We know that rho is equals to charge upon volume. Now what is the volume in this case? As far as the volume is concerned, it is 4/3 pi r cube. Why? Because we are taking charge q dash. When we are taking charge q dash, we have to take the volume 4/3 pi r cube, because here this sphere is of radius small r. Okay, so rho is equals to q dash upon 4/3 pi r cube. Earlier we took q upon 4/3 pi capital R cube. Why? Because at that time we were considering this entire charge. Now we are considering only charge q dash, so that's why we have to take this. Okay, is it clear? Now what you will do, you will be writing it like this. This implies q dash is equal to rho into 4/3 pi small r cube. Okay, 4/3 pi small r cube. Now here, as we earlier wrote that rho is q upon 4 upon 3 pi capital R cube that we wrote earlier. So it is q upon 4 upon 3 pi capital R cube into small r cube. Okay, so this is what the charge q dash is here. Okay, this is what the charge q dash is here. Okay, previous case what we did, we substituted value of rho that was not needed. Okay, so we will be substituting value of q dash in terms of rho and small r. Okay, now let us substitute this value in equation number 1. When we substitute this value in equation number 1, we will be getting closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector, which can be written as E ds cos 0. E ds cos 0 degree, and that is equals to q dash. What is it? Rho into 4 upon 3 pi small r cube divided by epsilon naught. Okay, now what you can do is cos 0 is 1. Okay, cos 0 is 1. Why cos 0 is 1? Because you know E and ds. Why theta is 0 degree? Because E and ds both are acting in the same direction. That's why. Okay, now you can write E is constant. You can take it outside. Closed surface integral ds. Closed surface integral ds, and that is equals to 4 upon 3 pi r cube upon epsilon naught. Okay, closed surface integral ds is nothing but the surface area of this sphere, and you know that surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square, where r is small r, so E into 4 pi r square. Okay, and this is written as 4 upon 3 pi r cube. Okay, now this 4 pi and this 4 pi is cancelled. You are getting E is equals to, okay, okay, I have not written rho here, right? So rho we have to write, then we have to write rho here also. Now what is left is rho, this r square and this is also cancelled, rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. Rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. This is the electric field intensity inside. This is the electric field intensity inside the solid sphere. Okay, now you can see here that inside the solid sphere the electric field intensity, because rho, 3, epsilon naught, all these are constants. So inside the solid sphere the electric field intensity inside the solid sphere is directly proportional to small r. Okay, is it clear? Now if we have to find it for a point which is lying over the surface. Okay, so second case, in the second case what we have to do is we have to find it, it is not a shell, it is a sphere, sorry, it's not a shell, it is a sphere. Okay, so this is the second case when point P lies on the sphere. When it lies on the sphere, small r is equals to capital R. When small r is equals to capital R, in this particular expression, whatever the mathematics you have done would be same. The only difference is that now in place of small r, you will be writing capital R. So it is on the surface of the sphere, E on the surface of the sphere, and that is given by rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. This is on the surface of the sphere, rho r upon 3 epsilon naught. Okay, because in this case small r is equal to capital R, so here in place of small r we will be writing capital R. Clear? Next thing what we have to do is third case, and third case is that when the point P is lying outside the sphere. Okay, so I hope it is clear up till now. Now the third case which we have to see is when the point P is lying outside. So third case when point P lies outside point P lies outside this sphere, outside this sphere. So when it lies outside this sphere, in this case, what will happen that this is not there now. Okay. Now what you have is you have this is as capital R. This is the radius, and the point. This point P is lying outside, so this is point P, which is lying outside. And when point P is lying outside, the Gaussian surface which you will draw here will be a sphere like this. Now at this point, the area vector is ds vector and electric field vector is E vector. Let this is at a distance small r. Okay, so you can write it as again by Gauss theorem you can write closed surface integral E vector dot ds vector, and that is equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times q. And now here q is the total charge q. Okay, because this is the total charge now which the solid sphere possesses. Okay, so here q which you will take is the total charge. Okay, now here you will be writing it like this: closed surface integral E ds cos 0, because you know that the angle between E vector and ds vector is 0 degree, and it is equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times total charge q. Okay, now you can write cos 0 is 1, you can take E outside because E is constant. Closed surface integral ds. Closed surface integral ds is actually the area of this Gaussian surface, and it is equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times q. Now area of this Gaussian surface is given by 4 pi small r square, and it is equals to 1 upon epsilon naught times q. And what is q, by the way? Q is rho into 4 upon 3 pi r cube. 4 upon 3 pi r cube, क्योंकि हमने देखा था रो क्या होता है, q upon 4 upon 3 pi r cube. So rho into 4 upon 3 pi r cube. Now you can write E outside, or if you want, you don't need to convert it in terms of rho, you can write it in terms of q only. Okay, इसको q के terms में ही लिख सकते हैं, q upon epsilon naught, and you can write it as E outside. E outside is equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. So this is the electric field intensity at a point which is lying outside the solid sphere, and it is given by E outside is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught q upon r square. This is what the application in case of solid sphere. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.